It certainly seems like the University of Michigan is biding its time or willing not to do anything at all about their athletic director of the last 10 years, who has a contract that goes on for at least another 4. Let's talk about what's going on with Warde Manuel, what's going on with Michigan, and what, if anything, we can hope to see coming out of a Board of Regents meeting that did not discuss Warde Manuel and his job after the bumper. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, answer the question in the comments below. Do you expect that Warde Manuel will still be in his job on Monday? We're doing this segment on Saturday, 2 days after the University of Michigan Board of Regents met behind closed doors in a setting where they claimed not to discuss Warde Manuel and his job after news had been reported that that's exactly what they were going to do earlier in the week. You'll remember that last Sunday, news began to surface that Warde Manuel might be offered a buyout as the athletic director of the University of Michigan following the delivering of findings of an investigation by Chicago-based law firm Jenner and Block that, according to who you believe, cost $11 or $12 million for them to go into the culture of the athletic department and find out if anything is amiss. And what they found is a whole lot of stuff that you don't want to find inside of your athletic department. But as one regent said, is no smoking gun. And if there was some action to take against Warde Manuel and that athletic department, Domenico Grasso, the president at the University of Michigan, said, hey, we would do this and it would be swift. I find this to be interesting because we're talking about what we already know, right? And now we're getting to the details of what we already know. So following their meeting Thursday in Traverse City, Michigan, they said, we don't really have anything to tell you about Warde Manuel. And if we did make a decision, we don't know when we would make that decision. And we can't tell you anything other than Warde Manuel still is the University of Michigan's athletics director. Regent Paul Brown actually talked to mlive.com, and he said, look, that when the report is released, he thinks that the finding and the steps should be taken should be made public, meaning parts of it should be revealed to the public about what they found. He also said that the report contained, quote, no major smoking gun, end quote, and instead of any failures that were a result of one thing. It's found, as he said, a death by 1,000 cuts, a lot of little things that may not have been done as thoroughly or as best followed practices as could have. In some ways, it would have been easier if it was just one glaring thing, but it wasn't. This is according to Paul Brown, who is a regent for the University of Michigan. It is glaringly obvious what Warde Manuel has brought to the University of Michigan. It's also glaringly obvious what has happened since he has been the athletic director. Notably, a men's basketball national championship just 4 months ago and a football championship in 2023, in large part because he treated Jim Harbaugh like a distressed asset and went from paying him $7.5 million a year in 2020 to making him eat a contract that was incentive laden with only $4 million in base pay and about $4 million in incentives. Jim Harbaugh answered the bell, like made some $1 million making the college football playoff, as well as some other incentives. And over the course of the next 3 years, they go on a tear. 2021 to 2023, University of Michigan is one of the 3 best programs in all of college football, culminating in that national championship where they went 15-0. But also in there, you have sign stealing scandal that involves Connor Stallions that led to the Big Ten suspending Harbaugh for 3 games, in addition to the NCAA levying a fine that could cost the university $30 million. Then you have former offensive coordinator Matt Weiss, who was indicted in 2024 on federal felony charges for aggravated identity theft and unauthorized access to computers, 24 counts. He is actually set to go to trial in September. He has pleaded not guilty. There is also the big one involving former head coach Sharon Moore, who succeeded Harbaugh in 2024, but was fired as early as December 2025 for having an inappropriate relationship with a staff member in Paige Shiver. After Manuel had to fire Moore for cause, Moore drove to Shiver's residence and confronted her. He was arrested. He was jailed. He eventually agreed to a plea deal for trespassing and malicious use of a telecommunications device and got probation for that. After all of this, the university decided to commission an independent investigation by an outside law firm to find out what the hell is going on in Warde Manuel's athletic department. Also on Tuesday, Manuel took to a radio program to talk to Sam Webb over the Michigan Insider about his job and what he has done and how he has done it. One of the things that I took from that is that Manuel does not believe that the things that have happened to his program are any different than, or at his department, are any different than things that happen everywhere else. And he also takes umbrage to the idea that the good things that have happened to Michigan happened despite Warde Manuel, not because of Warde Manuel. I get that. But also at the bottom of that is, hey, man, the buck stops here. Players win, coaches lose. As an athletic director, coaches win, athletic directors lose. That's how the job works. Leaders take responsibility for their followers being crappy. Now, did Sharon Moore make some terrible decisions? Yes. Did Jim Harbaugh make some bad decisions? Absolutely. Did Jim Harbaugh hire Connor Stallion, Sharon Moore, and Matt Weiss, who all made bad decisions? Yes. Those are, by proxy, yours. That's how this works. That's the only way it works. That's the only way people will go to war for you, man, fight for you, is if they know you have their back no matter what. That also means that you got to take responsibility when the time comes. And I have yet to see Warde Manuel take responsibility for any of this because he doesn't feel that he needs to. He doesn't think that this is his fault. And I don't see it that way. Maybe the University Board of Regents do, right? I don't believe that you get to shirk the responsibility of other people making choices that work underneath you. Otherwise, your organization falls apart. I know some of you want to believe in this idea of self-determination and self-reliance, but that's not how teams work. That's not how teams work. When a team loses, coach gets the loss. Doesn't matter if the quarterback fumbled the football, threw 6 interceptions, coach gets the loss. When the team wins, it's because the defense played lights out. The quarterback went 26-30 for 450 with 6 TDs. You know, that's why it happened. This is what it means to be in charge. That's why I don't think it should always be sexy for people to be in charge. It's also one of the reasons I think some of these jobs should come with a term limit. Like, quite honestly, I don't think you should be a CEO or athletic director or even a head coach for an infinite amount of time, because that job is so high pressure and so stressful, and you're bound to make a mistake somewhere, or somebody is bound to make a mistake beneath you that leads to your ousting. Normally, you don't go out of that job on your own terms, because either you get comfortable with it and you love it, like Warde Manuel does, former defensive lineman at the University of Michigan. This is the job he wanted. Or times pass you by. I think both things can be true. And in this instance, if Warde Manuel gets to keep this job, it will tell you everything you need to know about the people who are supposed to be stewards at the University of Michigan and making new Michigan women and new Michigan men. My question to you is, what do you say to them if you are going to stand pat and continue as if business is just normal?